Have you ever made a mistake so heavy that it crushed your soul? A sin so dark that you started to wonder, will Allah ever forgive me? You look at yourself and think, I've gone too far, I can't come back from this. But what if I told you that very moment of regret, of brokenness, of guilt, might be the exact moment Allah begins healing you? In Islam, guilt isn't the end. It's often the beginning of something sacred, a doorway to mercy, a turning point in your life. When your heart breaks over your sins, it's not a sign of doom, it's a sign that Allah hasn't abandoned you. In fact, it may be His gentle call to bring you closer to Him than ever before. In this video, we'll uncover 5 powerful signs that Allah is healing you after you've sinned. These are not just emotional experiences, they're spiritual transformations. And if you've ever felt unworthy, too far gone, or lost in shame, this message is for you. Your heart feels soft again. There comes a time in life when we feel as if our hearts are locked. We walk through our days feeling numb. The sins we used to fear no longer shake us. We look at ourselves and wonder, why can't I feel anything anymore? This numbness is a sign of spiritual pain, but it is not permanent. When Allah begins to heal a person, one of the first signs is that their heart begins to soften again. You might cry unexpectedly. You may feel a weight when you hear the Quran, or perhaps during prayer your voice breaks. This is not weakness, it is healing. A soft heart is a sign that your soul is responding to the mercy of Allah. Healing from guilt and shame doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it starts quietly. You may be sitting alone, remembering your past, and suddenly your heart tightens. You feel regret, you feel longing, you feel something moving inside you. That movement is the heart waking up. It means Allah has not abandoned you. He is helping your heart feel again. This ability to feel sadness over your past is not a punishment. It is a gift. It means your heart is still alive, and a living heart can return to Allah. Maybe you hear the call to prayer and pause. Maybe you come across a verse of the Quran and it makes you stop and think. That moment of pause is where healing begins. You are no longer ignoring the signs. You are starting to feel again. And feeling means there is hope. What softens a hard heart? It is sincerity. It is turning to Allah and saying, Ya Allah, I'm tired. I want to be clean again. I want to come back. That cry, even if whispered, shakes the heavens, because Allah responds to sincerity. When He sees that your heart is opening again, He does not turn away. Instead, He pours mercy into that open space. He brings light to where there was once darkness. And slowly, that light grows. The softening of the heart also changes how you see the world. You become more grateful for small blessings. You become more patient with others. You begin to forgive people. You feel a new sense of calm, even when life is hard. All of this is part of the healing process. When Allah begins to purify you, He starts from the inside. And the heart is the center of everything. Sometimes people feel ashamed of their tears. They think crying means they are weak. But the truth is, when you cry because of your sins, it's a sign that you are strong. It means you care. It means your heart is humble. And Allah loves those whose hearts are humble. He brings them closer. He lifts them. And He forgives them in ways they never expected. The beauty of Islam is that one tear, one sincere regret, can change your destiny. Allah is not looking for perfect people. He is looking for hearts that are turning back to Him. And when He sees that, He responds with forgiveness and mercy. You are not too far gone. If your heart is softening, if your guilt is leading you to reflect and return, then you are already on the path of healing. You are walking toward the light. So do not be afraid of your emotions. Do not be ashamed of your regret. Embrace the journey. Let your tears fall. Let your heart open. Because once it opens to Allah, it will never be empty again. Healing begins with a soft heart, and a soft heart is a gift from Allah. 2. You feel the urge to seek forgiveness. One of the clearest signs that Allah is healing your heart from guilt and shame is when you begin to feel a strong, unstoppable urge to seek forgiveness. It's not something forced. It just happens naturally, like a wave that rises from within you. It just escapes your lips as if your soul is speaking on its own. This beautiful urge is not random. It's a sign that Allah is guiding you toward peace. He is drawing you close to Him. He is giving you the key that unlocks His mercy, sincere repentance. When your heart feels guilty, it wants relief. But instead of hiding from your past, you now face it. You say, yes, I made mistakes, but I know Allah is merciful. And so you keep turning back to Him again and again. This repeated return to seeking forgiveness is not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you are being healed. It means you have not given up on yourself. It means your soul still wants to be clean. It means you believe in the mercy of Allah even after everything. Every time you whisper, Ya Allah, forgive me, a door to peace opens a little wider. That desire to ask for forgiveness again and again, even when no one is watching, is one of the most powerful signs that healing is taking place inside you. You may not see it, but your soul feels it. You see, guilt can destroy a person if it is left alone. But when that guilt is brought before Allah, it transforms into something beautiful. It becomes a bridge back to your Lord. It becomes a reason to rise again. Many people live their lives ignoring their sins. They feel nothing. But if you are someone who feels the weight of what you've done and keeps turning to Allah for mercy, then you are already chosen for His healing. You are already walking on the path of forgiveness. When Allah loves someone, He doesn't let them stay distant for long. He gently pulls them back. He opens their heart to remember Him. And the first word that comes from that remembrance is often, forgive me. This plea is not just about saying the words. It's about knowing deep inside that Allah is listening, that He sees your regret, that He understands your pain, that He is waiting to forgive you, not because you are perfect, but because you are trying. There is something else to remember. The more you seek forgiveness, the more your heart begins to feel lighter. Your chest opens up. Your thoughts become clearer. You begin to smile more. You sleep better. Your worries slowly lose their power over you. It is a conversation between you and the most forgiving. And He never gets tired of hearing your voice. The urge to seek forgiveness is like a signal from the soul. It's saying, I want to return. And when you respond to that signal, you are responding to the call of Allah. You are saying, Ya Allah, I want you more than I want to carry this guilt. And He responds with mercy, with peace, and with healing. 3. You start doing small good deeds. Sometimes, when a person feels guilty or ashamed about their past, they think they are no longer worthy of doing good. They feel like their sins are too many, their mistakes too deep, and their heart too broken. But that is not how Allah sees you. When Allah begins to heal you from guilt and shame, He gently pushes you toward light. And often, that light starts with something very small, a simple act of kindness, a quiet subhanallah, a short prayer, or just helping someone with a smile. You may not realize it at the time, but those small good deeds are powerful. They are the very signs that your soul is coming back to life. When you start doing small good deeds, even after feeling so lost, it means something beautiful is happening inside you. It means your heart is waking up. It means you are beginning to believe that Allah still wants good for you. And that belief is one of the greatest forms of healing. You might not pray 5 times a day yet. You might still struggle with some habits. But the fact that you're trying, even in small ways, shows that Allah is not done with you. He is still guiding you, still calling you, still loving you. Guilt often tells you, you're not good enough, you've done too much wrong. But when you respond to that voice by doing a small good deed, you are proving that you believe in Allah's mercy more than in your shame. And Allah loves that. He doesn't wait for you to become perfect before He helps you. He blesses you from the very first moment you turn back to Him, even if it's with something simple. That one good deed might seem small to you, but to Allah, it is a sign of your sincerity. It is a sign that your heart is moving toward Him again. One of the most healing things about Islam is that good deeds wipe away bad ones. Your past does not have to control your future. Every small act of goodness is like water washing away dust. Over time, the more you do, the more your heart feels lighter. You begin to notice changes in yourself. You become more aware, more peaceful, more focused. You start to enjoy the feeling of doing good. It becomes a habit, and soon that habit becomes your new path. What kind of good deeds are we talking about? It doesn't have to be something big. Maybe you clean up after someone without expecting thanks. These actions might seem small to people, but in the sight of Allah, they are valuable. They are the bricks that rebuild your connection with Him. They are signs that you are not stuck in the past. You are moving forward, one step at a time. Sometimes you will feel like your good deeds are not enough. But remember, Allah is not measuring you the way people do. He looks at your effort. He looks at your heart. And if your heart is trying even a little, then you are on the right path. You are being healed. You are being held by the most merciful. When you start doing small good deeds, it means your heart is no longer frozen. It means you are no longer listening to the voice of hopelessness. You are choosing to believe that Allah wants you to grow, and He does. He wants you to taste peace. He wants you to return to Him. He wants you to succeed, not just in the hereafter, but even now in this life. And He knows that sometimes it all begins with one small step. So if you find yourself doing something good, even if it seems tiny, don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it. That is Allah healing you. That is Allah bringing you closer. That is Allah showing you that your past does not define you, your effort does. And as long as you keep trying, as long as you keep doing even the smallest acts with a sincere heart, Allah will continue to guide you, protect you, and heal you from every ounce of guilt and shame you once carried. So, you start to feel hope again. When guilt and shame surround the heart, it can feel like there's no way out. A person may start to believe they are too far gone, too broken, or too sinful to be forgiven. The weight of past mistakes becomes so heavy that it crushes the spirit. But when Allah begins to heal a person, one of the most powerful and beautiful signs is that hope begins to return. Even if it's just a small spark at first, that spark is proof that the soul is waking up again. It means light is starting to break through the darkness. Hope is not a weakness, it's a mercy. You may still cry over what you did, but now when you think of Allah, you feel something different. You feel a possibility, a belief that things can change, a feeling that maybe, just maybe, you can be forgiven. That feeling is not coming from nowhere. It is a gift. It is a direct sign that Allah is reaching into your heart and placing hope inside of it. There was a time you may have felt like running away from everything. You might have thought, why even try anymore? But now your thoughts have changed. You think about praying again. You consider reading the Quran. You feel drawn to Islamic reminders, to sincere dua, to the beauty of faith. All of these are signs of hope. And where does that hope come from? It comes from the one who created you, the one who knows every detail about you, the one who has never turned away from you, even when you turned away from Him. Hope in Allah is one of the strongest tools in healing. It takes a heart that is buried in shame and lifts it. It replaces the voice that says, "You're not good enough," with the voice that says, "Allah forgives again and again." This change doesn't always happen overnight. Sometimes it takes days, sometimes years. But the moment you begin to feel hope, even for a second, know that something deep and beautiful is happening inside you. You are being renewed. You are being pulled out of despair. You are being shown that your story is not over. Hope is also what gives you strength to change. When you begin to believe that Allah can forgive you, you start making better choices. You start speaking more kindly. You walk differently. You carry yourself with more dignity. Because you no longer see yourself as worthless. You see yourself as someone who is loved by Allah, someone who still has a purpose, someone whose past does not erase their future. So if you have started to feel hope again, even just a little, let it grow. Feed it with prayer. Nourish it with reflection. Protect it from the whispers of despair. Because hope is not weakness. It is strength. It is courage. It is proof that your heart still believes in Allah. And when you hold on to that hope, it will carry you through the hardest days. It will lift you when you feel like falling. And it will guide you back to the one who never left your side. Allah is not done with you. The fact that you are still breathing, still feeling, still hoping is the greatest sign that He has plans for you. Beautiful plans, healing plans, plans that will take you from the guilt of the past to the peace of the present and the joy of the hereafter. So keep hoping, keep moving, and keep trusting that Allah is healing you one moment at a time. You no longer feel alone in your struggle. There's a deep kind of pain that comes with guilt and shame, not just because of what you did, but because of how lonely it makes you feel. You begin to believe that no one understands you. You start to think that even Allah is distant from you. You feel trapped inside your own heart, surrounded by memories and regret. This loneliness is heavy. It makes every day feel long, every night feel darker, and every prayer feels silent. But then, something begins to shift. Quietly, slowly, gently. One day you start to feel like you are not alone anymore. You feel like someone is listening. You feel like someone is walking beside you, even if you don't see anyone. And that feeling is one of the most powerful signs that Allah is healing you. When you no longer feel alone in your pain, it means Allah has entered your heart with comfort. It means He is reminding you that He was always near, even when you felt far. You may not hear a voice, and you may not see a sign in the sky, but you feel it. In your heart, in your soul, in your breath. That quiet feeling of connection, of presence, of unseen companionship, that is from Allah. It is His mercy surrounding you. It is His love filling the emptiness that shame once created. You start to talk to Allah more, not because someone told you to, but because you want to. You find yourself speaking to Him in your own words, from your heart, without holding anything back. And the more you talk, the more you feel understood. You feel seen. You feel held. This change is not small. It is the kind of change that transforms your entire life. Because once you feel the presence of Allah, you never want to go back to feeling alone again. Even when you're struggling, even when you still cry about the past, there's now a sense of hope in your sadness. You no longer feel like you're drowning in darkness. You feel like someone is carrying you through the pain. That someone is Allah. He is the one who promises that He is always with those who turn to Him. And when He says He is with you, He means it, not just in blessings, but even in your lowest moments. When you break down in sujood and your voice trembles, He is listening. When you can't find the words to pray, but your heart aches, He understands. And when everyone else forgets what you've been through, He remembers. The loneliness you once felt is now replaced by something beautiful, a quiet companionship with your Lord. And that companionship becomes your greatest strength. It becomes your reason to wake up, your comfort during hardship, and your light in the dark. You begin to trust that no matter what happens, Allah is with you. Not just watching from a distance, but walking with you through every test, every step, every tear. That is healing. That is mercy. Many people think that healing means the pain goes away. But true healing in Islam is deeper than that. It means that even while the pain is still there, you don't feel alone in it anymore. You know that Allah is with you. You feel His presence in your heart. And that feeling gives you peace, even when life is not perfect. That's what makes Islam so beautiful. It gives you a relationship with the one who never leaves. So if you've reached a point where you no longer feel alone in your struggles, if you feel Allah with you when you cry, when you pray, when you ask for help, then know this: you are healing. You are being lifted. You are being chosen. The darkness is no longer your home. Allah's light has entered your life, and He will never leave you again. This companionship with Allah is the most valuable thing you can ever have. People may walk away. The world may misunderstand you. But as long as you feel that Allah is with you, you will never be alone. He is enough. He is everything. And when you have Him, you have peace, a kind of peace that no one can take away. If you're feeling guilt, pain, or shame right now, remember, it might be the very thing that's pulling you closer to Allah's love and mercy. You are not defined by your past. You are defined by your return. Healing is real. Forgiveness is near, and Allah is always closer than you think. Never stop turning to Him. Never stop believing that He wants you back. Because if your heart still feels regret, that's a sign He hasn't closed the door on you. In fact, He may be opening it wider than ever before.